It's tough because it is disappointing. Kyrie says that he has never, he's not anti-Semitic and these things, but the tweet is still up. The tweet is still up there.
We're the chosen people of God, and I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. Nah, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? You guys have any more questions for me?
And they're going to say,
you guys have any more questions? Because this is going to be a clip. This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again.
And here we go again. Man, welcome back to another episode of the Ruling Class Podcast. And of course, I'm your host, Didi, back up in this witch with another video. And listen, my last video, I spoke about the situation that's happening in New York right now with NBA superstar Kyrie Irving and the link that he posted to his Twitter feed, to this Amazon Prime video that a lot of people are calling anti-Semitic, right? And this is coming off the heels of the whole Kanye West anti-Semitic accusations. So it's been this huge uproar. Anyways, Kyrie Irving and his team had a game last night, and the media decided to heavily question him about his quote-unquote anti-Semitic video that he posted to his Twitter feed. But before he could even make it to the media, former NBA player Richard Jefferson decided to speak on Kyrie Irving at the end of their basketball game. And I want you all to take a listen to what he said. But before we get into the video, got to do the YouTube stuff. I'm super thirsty to grow and to drink some of this water. You can help me out by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I'm going to give you a sec to do that to help me out. All right, let's see what Richard's talking about.
It's tough because it is disappointing. Kyrie says that he has never, he's not anti-Semitic and these things, but the tweet is still up. The tweet is still up there.
Okay, so at this point, in my opinion, I think there is a cabal and an almost a cult-like following in the media, right? And this right here is prime proof for me that this is the case, right? So Richard Jefferson is, as I've already said, a former NBA player, an African-American player. And I want to specifically say African-American because because they're both African-American, they're supposed to agree on all topics. No, it's just as an African-American, me being one as well, we all understand how coming from or being born in America as a so-called black person is just a different type of experience. It's a unique experience. And I would like to argue, and a lot of other people like to argue, that we're the only people on this planet who are in this unique situation where we are as lost as we are. We don't know our history. A lot of us call ourselves black and think that's it. A lot of us think our history doesn't go any further back than slavery. We think that's where our history started, right? Because we don't know anything else. That's what a lot of us thinks, right? So in other words, I say all this to say, Didi, why are you saying all this? I'm saying all this to say a lot of us are in search for the truth, right? We're mourning and we're yearning for the truth. So Kyrie Irving is no different, right? Just because he's making millions of dollars, just because he's an NBA player, just because he's a quote-unquote celebrity does not mean that he doesn't have these emotions and these thoughts and these same aspirations that a lot of us other African Americans have that aren't making millions of dollars. You see what I mean? But anyways, the point that I'm making about the media is, do you mean to tell me that there's not a single person in the media that agrees with Kyrie Irving? There's not a single person on these major platforms that stand behind what Kyrie Irving's doing. What's your point, Didi? The point is, it's interesting to me that everybody who has something to say about Kyrie Irving on these major platforms is people who are speaking against him. They want to throw out these anti-Semitic terms, and this is proof to me that the anti-Semitic term is used to bully people. It's used to bully people at this point. Listen, for those of you out there who want to hop in my comment section and educate me on what it means to be anti-Semitic, want to educate me on the history of why that can be dangerous, listen, I've read your comments. I've done my research. I understand that. But as an African American, I need you to hear what I'm saying. When you have somebody sharing something and trying to quote unquote give you the truth or their perspective or the research that they found, what's wrong with that? You're forcing what you think anti-Semitic means and what you think the history of it is, and Kyrie Irving is doing the same. Why is he not allowed to do that? Because he's a celebrity? I just don't understand that. This is bullying to me, right? But anyways, I digress. I want you all to take a listen and watch how they questioned, almost interrogated this man after the game. Let's take a look.
And it's a title given to Christ, Philippians 2:11. And my name translates in the Hebrew language as Yahweh. So I went on to Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh. That came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions. And my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me. I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races: white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. And what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote any part of it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question, so we can move on from this and I could talk about the game and go home to my son, Elohim, and my wife, Marlene.
I second that.
Am I to take it that this was, what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it, or either watch it or read it?
I had a lot of time last year to read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the truth of our world.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so I
We're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not?
Right.
Why not? Everybody posts everything else. You saw the word nigger going up on Twitter, right? I don't hear uproar on that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people? So out of all the judgment that people got from me posting, I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but there has a lot to do with the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
And what's wrong with what he said? What the heck am I missing? Somebody hop in the comments. As I always say, I want to always invite and encourage conversation here, healthy conversations here. What am I missing here? What the heck is wrong with what he said? Mic drop. The N-word is dropped all the time. There's nothing being said. People criticize so-called black people all the time. If you say something that's quote-unquote anti-Semitic, all hell breaks loose. I'm still trying to understand this. This man is in search for the truth, and he can't do that. This is what I mean. That term is being used to bully people and silence people, right? I do not condone any hate speech. Absolutely, I 100% stand behind that. But if this man is posting something that, in my opinion, isn't about hate speech, it's about what others believe is the truth or what they believe is true history, what's the matter with that? Do you have 100% proof of what happened 2,000 years ago? Do you? Were you there? This is what they believe happened. This is why they believe, and these are the things that they think led up to where we are today. What's the matter with that? That's what I'm trying to understand. It seems like everybody in the media is singing this same tune, singing the same song. Nobody thinks any different. Really? Y'all all just happen to think the same thing. Kyrie Irving is thinking differently, and he's being attacked by everybody from every angle. As an African American, I understand his position. And there's a lot of African Americans out there who also understand his position. At this point, this is bullying. Hop in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. Until next time, peace.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.